Alright, welcome back everyone. In this video I'll make... Is my audio recording? Yeah. In this video I'll make a quick recap of the trip that I did with my Energica, the one-day trip. I planned on riding 1000 kilometers. I ended up riding 700. I'll first quickly explain why I didn't achieve the 1000 goal that I set myself. I'll put the route here as well so that you can see where I made shortcuts. The thing is, I started off going down to the lowest point on the map. There were just not enough chargers, and the ones that I did find were often either broken or just not connected or occupied. The CCS charger, so the fast charging solution, that plug was always taken. I was warned for this, and all I could do was confirm it. It hurts to see the bike this dirty. I'll show you some shots in a minute. I'm not sure yet at what point it starts heating up, but as soon as the battery heats up because of the fast charging, it reduces charge speed and it gets closer to the zero speeds of charging. For sure, as long as you stay above 30% battery capacity and you go up to 80%, so you always charge from 30 to 80, that's about 20 minutes charge time. You'll always be safe, you can ride it, but you can only use 50% of the battery that's available. But on my previous trip of 500 kilometers, I had no issues at all, and I never went below 30%. On this trip, I once went below 30%, I went to 10%, and at that time, when I started charging, it reduced charge speed because of the heating up of the battery. But yeah, that's a quick explanation, just the lack of chargers combined with those that were there, that people were just charging. That thing, I know the audio and the video that I shared from the day, from the things that I recorded, that's a bit, the audio is a bit messed up. The reason that it's messed up, the audio, I used my phone because it was raining all day. I had a mic and a camera and so on with me. But just taking the gloves off and putting them back on when your hands are wet is very challenging, so I didn't bother. Instead I used my phone. The switchgear here had some trouble with the rain. Of course, obviously my chain also had trouble with the rain. It's very dry for the moment. I'll have to lube it, and well, I'll have to clean it first and then lube it, of course. I'll go over my gear that I used. It was just raining all day, and you can see those things are all dirt built up, nothing unusual. Like there, it's also catching dirt, debris. There is some chain lubricant. Then that part is really messy. That's identical to the Zero, in fact. The Zero will also throw up dirt over my back, and that's exactly what this thing was doing. I had no installation errors, not referring to Zero or any other specific brand. I just had no errors at all. The only errors that I did see were on the chargers. These brakes are amazing. My brakes on my GS, on my BMW, were already great, but these are even better, I think. It looks... Can you see that? It looks like this fork leg is leaking a bit. I'll have to keep an eye on that one. I don't think it happens on the other side. No, that one is still clean. Such a mess. Even the rear brake actually works on this bike. Again, not referring to any other brand like Zero. But if you check my clothes that I was wearing that day, or just, yeah, you can just look at the seat. I had the backpack here strapped on the seating with those things. They have quick releases, so I could quickly release it, enable for the seat to go up to charge. What you could also do, this is just on the mounted on these grab things. You could also have one of these go underneath the saddle, and then you wouldn't have to release it all the time. But even here you can see lots of dirt. That's an indication of what happened. So the thing is, all the dirt was thrown up onto my back, and then like that's the backpack that I use. Well, it's not really a backpack, it's one of those saddlebags, I think it's called. So it's really dirty. That's all the dirt thrown up against it, but it's waterproof. That's a good thing. Those were the boots that I were wearing. Those are also, it's Gore-Tex line, so this is also perfectly waterproof. My this was my trousers that I'm using. It's a Belgian brand of clothing, Richa. This one is an expensive one. It has one of those tactical shell things, so the water just lays on top of it and rains off. And then that was my jacket that I was wearing. Yeah, again, Richa. But you can probably see all the... yeah, this is all dirt buildup. Oh my. Okay. So it was a bit dirty. But that one was that one kept me dry because I was wearing that one. It has it doesn't have a separate layer, but it is waterproof by itself. And I've added another inner layer that is waterproof as well, this one from another jacket. So I doubled up on the waterproof layers, and that really worked. I was completely dry. For my gloves I just had a second a spare pair with me, and I swapped them over. I know that for this dirt issue Energica sells a part, that some kind of fender that you can put here, and that should really help. I'll just order that thing, because yeah, it's clearly needed. And I know I was warned about this in another video when I was on a dirt track with a bike. People told me I should have that fender installed. About fatigue and riding position. So I have a little more aggressive riding style because of the Energica Rebel handlebars fitted. But I have to say, even at the end of the day, my throttle hand was feeling it a bit. But that's the only thing I noticed after hours of riding. For long distances, this is for sure a great bike. And it's probably even better with the default handlebars.